Hello, everyone, and welcome to David and Jeff's Survivor Podcast. I'm David, and with me, as always, is
Jeff.
How are you doing today, Jeff?
I'm wonderful. How are you today, David?
I'm doing great. I think we should let everyone know that it is Jeff's birthday today. He is recording on his birthday, and we are very thankful. So happy birthday, Jeff.
Survivor is more important than birthdays.
All right, and we are joined by one of our favorite guests to have on the podcast. You may know him from Big Brother 13. He's the one and only Adam. How are you doing, Adam?
Bacon! Doing great. Nice Thursday night. I got a little March Madness going on behind you, so if at any moment during the podcast I stand up and scream, it's just college basketball.
All right, who's your team?
I'm a Duke fan. I root for the ACC. I'm watching the ACC tournament now. I'll root for any team in the ACC except for North Carolina. Ooh, Tar Heels.
Yeah, I grew up in North Carolina, Adam, so I'm very familiar. And if I had to pick a Carolina team, I would pick Duke. So.
You're not just kissing my ass because I'm on the show.
No. For growing up around me, the majority of people were either NC State or Carolina, and those were the big ones. And they have a huge rivalry. So I rooted for Duke because I didn't care for either of them. So.
Nice. Yeah, I can root for North Carolina State. I can root for any team. And now that the ACC is all polluted with Syracuse's and stuff like that, we lost Maryland, but I'll still root for ACC over any other conference in the country.
Awesome.
Are you guys talking about sports ball?
Sports ball,
yeah. Yes, yeah, sure. Go back to sleep, Jeff. It's your birthday. Have another drink.
Well, anyways, we're really glad to have you back on again and talking about this season. So let's get into it. What do you think about this season so far, this whole Worlds Apart twist?
The three tribes, the no collar, blue collar, white collar. You know what? So far, the concept I think was much better than the actual execution. One thing about this season that I haven't liked so far though is like all the negativity. It's like the entire episodes, each camp that they go to that they show. It's no camaraderie. Like from the get-go, it was all arguing and fighting. And yes, I know that's one of the reasons why we like to watch. But you also, I'm a big fan of the social experiments. I want to see the people, getting along, and not just the negatives, but the positives too. Like when they actually work together.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely started off in a very negative vibe. I mean, you have each tribe, we've seen nothing like from the blue collar tribe, especially this past episode. Everyone's just yelling at everyone, and it doesn't. They don't seem to be accomplishing anything at all. And the no collar just has this whole thing with Nina and that whole incident, and then you have who knows what's going on with this crazy white tribe and getting naked, and people are annoying and monkey sex. I don't know. It's just been a really.
Was Max even on this episode this week? I have not seen him. It's funny.
Professional.
Oh, what? No.
He's not pretty professional.
I'm in one of these Survivor pools, and you get points for confessionals. And one of the people on my team this year is Sierra. Have we even had one confessional from Sierra? I mean, I don't like to plan ahead, but I have a feeling she makes jury. She gets to about final 6, and then they got maybe final 7. But they have not even talked to this girl once. It's bizarre. But again, with 18 people, it's tough to give everybody the thing. And one thing I've always discovered about Survivor, the more somebody is featured in an episode, the chances are they go home.
Yeah. No, it's definitely true. That's an editing trick that they do a lot, especially if it's someone like we've never seen for 4 or 5 episodes, and then all of a sudden it's like, why is we showing Sierra 10 times?
No, I wanted to get the 1 or 2 confessionals. Actually, my whole team is pretty bad. Tyler from the White Collar Tribe, Tonight he had a couple because I guess they didn't focus on Max this time. Thank God he kept his pants on. And then the other one is the I don't even remember her name, the cop on the blue collar tribe.
Kelly.
Kelly, that's right. I think she had one confessional tonight. But my biggest question now, you guys are Survivor fanboys. Like I'm a fanboy of Survivor, but you guys obviously a little bit more since you dedicate your birthday and hours of your life to Survivor. When did Dan get new shorts?
Okay, what I figured out was, because I was asking the same thing on the second episode, where all of a sudden we went to the water challenge and he was wearing shorts. Apparently, they were actually given their swimsuit. So he has a swimsuit. So my question then was, why did you not just go and find your swimsuit and get it? Why would you take your shirt and turn it into a diaper?
The man diaper, the Dan diaper. You know what though? That was a little bit of comic relief, and he said it at the beginning in the opening. He's like, you're going to remember me, and we're going to remember this guy, not for the right reasons, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. I mean, of course, like when the cast came out, I was rooting for him because he's, like me, an older, heavy set, loves the facial hair. Like fan of the show. I mean, he tried out like every season 2 or something. So it's great to see like super fans on the show, and they want to be remembered. I mean, hey, Cochran was a super fan. He's remembered, but for much different reasons than Dan.
Yeah, much different reasons than Dan.
I think they're ignoring the best fashion.
Jeff, we're having a really hard time understanding you. It's not coming out really well at all.
I think you guys are ignoring the best fashion from Dan of the season, which is easily the Speedo.
Oh.
No, I don't want to remember that again. Oh.
Thank goodness he lost that in the ocean. The Survivor gods were on our side, Jeff.
I would think like maybe production sent like a piranha out into the water. That it doesn't eat people; it only eats speedos. Whatever the case may be. Yeah. We saw a little too much. But again, like these are the I'm trying to find the fun moments on the show. And okay, tonight you had the surfing, the 2 girls going surfing, which I guess was kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, is that all they had to do? I mean, is that all they had to show us? It was either the 2 girls surfing or ranking on Nina.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's sort of cool that they made their own surfing, but yeah, it wasn't that fascinating to me.
Was that was just filler? They got to fill up 48 minutes of program, and that's about. I mean, like again. Goes back to my point, like all the negative stuff that they're showing this season.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all these people are, giving them. And, again, the part of this game I always say I love the most is like the social and the psychological. And, you're put into a position, you're on an island, trying to fend for yourself, and, between the exhaustion, the hunger, and the greed, it's going to make people do bad things, and frankly, I mean, Hallie and Jen, obviously they're not getting the best edits, but they're being mean girls. They're the mean girls, and that happens. That happens on the show. We see on between Big Brother, Survivor, even on like Amazing Race and stuff like that. You see some of that mean girl come out, and unfortunately for Nina, she just never fit in from the beginning. Let me ask you guys this. She came from a white-collar background before she lost her hearing. So I think if she was on the white-collar tribe instead of the crazy Yahoo lady, the pantless girl, I think if she was on the white-collar tribe, we might be talking about a completely different season. But then again, that might have been a little too kumbaya-y, and not as fans, yeah, we do like seeing the Rodney's fighting with Mike, and then 5 minutes later, no, Rodney fighting with Dan early, and then the next time we see him, it's Rodney fighting with Mike, and Rodney and Dan are out, like, Rodney's like crying to Dan about how Mike's a dick, and crying to Dan about I'm crying to Mike about Dan being a dick, crying to Dick, you know what I mean.
Yeah. For me, I guess the funniest moment from this past episode was when Shireen is watching these two howler monkeys make love in the wild, and then she finds the need to explain the thing to the rest of the tribe. Like, they don't know how this works, and she has to explain all the details of what went on here. I mean, like, it's one thing to watch it and mention it casually. Oh, hey guys, I just watched that. Wasn't that funny? But to like, here's how it happened. Like,
well, while you saying that, it reminds me of I mean, this is only what 7 days in when she did this.
Yep.
But it reminds me of like when I was on Big Brother. Now, like when I was in Big Brother, like after like 40, 50 days, Rachel was next to the pool, and I asked Rachel to just catch herself on fire and then jump in the pool, just so that we would have something new to talk about. And I guess by day 7, these people have run out of things to talk about. So she just has to talk about the monkey sex in a tree.
I'm starting to think maybe Sheeran should have been on the no collar tribe and put Nina on the white collar tribe.
Yeah, if they swap those two, then again, I think she would have been crazy no matter what tribe she's in. What's her name?
Then we could
Serene?
Shireen, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble remembering all the names. I told you, I can't even remember the person I have in my pool.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, and one case, now that you said it, I sort of wanted to see it happen so we could get a Shireen Vince alliance.
Oh my God! Oh, that would have been a good one. Jeez.
I was really disappointed that Vince got out. I mean, he was obviously pretty out there from a game standpoint, but just from an entertaining standpoint, man, I thought we could have got a lot more out of him, and I was really hoping Jen would go home.
He wins the award for the Too Hard, Too Fast. He was playing day 30, game 1. He was playing day 30, day 1, and that's not how you play that game. It's a long haul. In the situation that he was in, I mean, he doesn't know how to take a step back. But when Joe started taking over, his best bet was, okay, sit back, and if it goes right, good for me. If it goes bad, good for me, because then everybody's going to hate him. So, but some people's personalities, again, you're thrown out there in the wilderness, and I guess I keep calling him Sly, but Sly was always like the man, and he was no longer the man. He was, passing the torch to the younger man bun guy. Before I remember Joe's name, I just referred to him as Man Bun. Or I guess if this is Survivor, it should be called the Malcolm Bun.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think of the whole challenge strategy with them? Just go all the way over to the end of the challenge while we carry the bucket.
Mixed emotions there, because honestly, like, I could see what they were saying. Like, if they're walking back, they didn't really show the obstacles course that much, but the netting that they would have to walk through. I mean, that's difficult enough to do with with your hearing, and but being a little bit older and small, and just like the other people that she might have just been getting in the way. And from a strategic standpoint, I could understand that, but just like the way they did it was like, no, just go. You saw like people like in the challenge, they had Dan, the blue collar tribe, moved him over to another part of the challenge so that when they were lifting the bucket over, he's there. So doing it like that made more sense, and of course that's why they won. And that's why 3 weeks in they still haven't lost a person because, frankly, they're blue collar, but they get shit done, and that's what blue collar people do. They get shit done, and they're not pretty doing it, but they get it done.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I think if they would have been like, hold the bucket with us, now you go over the obstacle first, then we'll go, you hold back up, and then even that, you're going to save water and help it as opposed to, just go all the way to the end of the challenge while we're over here.
I mean, as a little bit that she could have done to, lifting that bucket, maybe that was the little bit that Will needed to not flounder out again during a challenge. Come on, your skill set. There's going to be a challenge that his skill set will work. If it's the eating challenge, he'll definitely step up. He'll eat whatever it takes for the tribe. Although, you know what, with Mike ate a scorpion the first day, so we don't know who will win that challenge.
Yeah. Jeff, did you have any thoughts on the immunity challenge?
When they first presented it, I was like, this is a stupid challenge. There's no puzzle, there's nothing. But I think the fact that it was so exhausting is what made it so difficult. Although I do think they could have had, I think, a fun kind of workaround for maybe adding a puzzle in the end would be have someone do the puzzle and then figure out a way that when you pour water into a bucket, it reveals the puzzle so they can work. But when the water, throw a hole in the bucket, so when it goes down to a certain area, the puzzle gets covered back up so they can't work anymore. And so one person's working out the puzzle while the rest of the tribe has to try to put water in the bucket to the puzzle open for them to work. And I thought that's what it was going to be. So I thought it was stupid at first, but I think just the fact it was so physically exhausting, it actually ended up being pretty good challenge.
You know what, Jeff? For your birthday next year, I'm going to buy you a microphone. But no, you should actually work for the challenge for the show. Creating challenges, and again, every season it's like the same challenge is done a little bit differently. But I mean, they're filming in the same location, so it's so easy. They already have all the props. Putting together. Oh, Jeff, you got the feedback. There you go. But no, I mean, they always tweak the challenges a little bit. Yeah, there was no puzzle to it this time, which the puzzles always are hysterical because teams can just blow a lead, or teams can come back just getting it. Leaves it up to chance. So your strength and your skill gets you to a certain point, and then the brains take over. But yeah, as we saw, the white collar tribe who you think would have the brains, they didn't. The first week put the puzzle together. So.
Well, yeah, I don't know what Shireen was thinking there, but yeah, she totally choked on that puzzle. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked the challenge. It was simple, but I sort of liked it in its simplicity, because ultimately at its core, all it was is teamwork, working together as a team, and how well can you communicate, and that's sort of what I like. And it's like you Adam said, you like the social thing and how they work well together. And while we're seeing a lot of negatives at the camp, this is an opportunity for us to see them truly working together as a team. And obviously, one tribe is not really that cohesive as a team, and the other two were able to accomplish it a lot more effectively.
Yeah, and just to go to show you need brains and or brawn. Laissez-faire is it might be good for selling coconuts or making jewelry, but it's not helping your team get further so you can win Survivor.
Yeah. What do you think of this whole blue-collar tribe with Rodney and Mike and Dan and Lindsay? What do you make of this whole big argument fest?
Well, Lindsay, good for her for speaking up. She's a hairdresser, so you don't really think of that as blue-collar, but definitely, she's obviously a hard worker. She does. It's tough to stand on your feet for 8 hours clip, trying to keep people entertained. But yeah, no, she's a little fiery, and it's good to have her. I was afraid that we were going to get Boston Rob Part 2 and Rodney, but we completely don't have him. And again, I think the best group of characters are definitely in this tribe. We talked about Dan before. I mean, he's just something else. And again, I want to see more. Sierra and Kelly. Did I get it right? Yeah, Sierra and Kelly. Those are the two I'm thinking. See more about them because obviously, again, this one has a big cast. Their tribe is still 6 people, and 6 alpha dogs all fighting for the top. And obviously, Kelly even said it best. She's like, hey, sit back, let people kill each other. The bar fights. So she's got the right strategy. Completely different strategy than the last cop that was on Survivor. Tony was a combination of maybe Rodney, Mike, and Dan all wrapped into one. But it's obviously a good strategy to get far. Whether or not either one of them will be able to come in the top 3 and fight for the money. But what are they going to say? Well, I sat back and watched you all kill each other. You saw how well that worked for me. So they're going to have to step up sooner or later. But no, it's definitely it's the most entertaining of 3 angry tribes. So to seeing them, but we don't get to see much of them because they keep winning challenges. So the second half of the episode is not them scrambling. Although at this point, first Dan was definitely going to be the first to go. Then Mike's definitely the first to go. Depending on how they do, how they lose the challenge. If Rodney loses his cool or something, he might be the first to go. So the longer this tribe is together as 6, if you're on the outs one day, don't worry, you have the chance to make it to the top, and someone else can fall to the bottom.
Do you find yourself rooting for or understanding their side of any of the 4?
I'm sorry, like what do you mean?
Of the 4 people who are in the arguments, do you naturally lean towards one person, Dan, Rodney, Mike, or Lindsay?
I go with Dan. I mean, Dan is trying to at least be funny. Again, it's the jokes that you make outside the house, off the island, might just be funny. Time and place is everything. But when he made the mama comment, come on, he's my age, and growing up, I remember being 13, 14 years old and saying your mama jokes. We started the yo mama joke, so we're kind of desensitized to it. So just saying, your mother's a whore. And again, I'm sure it wasn't just out of nowhere. I'm sure Rodney probably said something, the likes of I don't even know what he said, but whatever it built up to, I don't think we saw the entire conversation from beginning to end. But of course, you make fun of someone's mother, and hey, being the East Coast guy that I am, New York, Boston, we take family seriously, and but again, that's all it takes on this show. That's all it takes on any of these shows to get somebody, to say the one thing. When Lindsay made fun of Mike and talking about God, I mean, that's something that he takes seriously, and it's she wasn't saying it bashing his religion, but you're in that heat of the moment and you're not thinking straight, and you're going for the jugular. You're like, okay, well, I know he takes this seriously, so I'll make fun of that. Whether it's subconsciously or consciously, I think it's more subconscious than anything.
Yeah. I after the first episode, I actually I had Mike as sort of my pick to win, and then the second episode came around, and I was like, well, I made a huge mistake here. The first episode, other being a little crazy, he seemed to be getting along with everyone, which I thought was good. And then, especially this episode, he's like, if that gets me voted out, then that will get me voted out. I'm like, that's the worst strategy you could possibly have is to say, well, then I'm just gonna say it, and that may get me voted out, but oh well. Well, okay, that's the worst strategy you can have.
Yeah, but you don't know what these people are going through physically, and the fact that they're not sleeping much, but it's definitely it takes a lot out of you, and it sometimes brings out the worst out of people.
Yeah. Jeff, did you have any thoughts on the blue collar people?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Adam said. I think that I kind of lean towards Dan. I think Dan's more self-aware. I think that's a pretty strong characteristic. The problem that he runs into is that he doesn't know how to connect as much as he should, and I think also he's on a tribe of people who are really run by their intuition. So even though he's aware of the mistakes he's making, I don't know that people really give him a chance to
You're cutting in and out again, Jeff.
All right, so when you guys go to edit this, you just create subtitles for Jeff.
There you go. Yeah.
I think we picked up like every second or third word, and we can pretty much fill in the blank. What he said was,
I'm really sorry. Let me try it this way here. 1 second.
all right.
But yeah, I think out of the four, Dan is actually the most naturally likable for me. Like, I sort of find myself rooting for him a little bit more, whereas like Rodney just seems a little bit of a slime ball. Like, that's the vibe I get from him. And like, the more I hear from Mike, the more I'm like, he's not self-aware and a little disillusioned. And then Lindsay just seems to have a poor attitude. But Dan, like you said, at least he's trying to be funny and he's adding humor. And yeah, he puts his foot in his mouth every other time. But I think people are recognizing that it's coming from a place of he's not intending to, just be a jerk, but he's going for something and it's failing.
I'm just curious, like, when they were in casting, why they didn't cast Lindsay from a couple seasons ago with the dreadlocks with this Lindsay, because they're both like tattooed hairdressers. Having like a doppelganger sort of season, that might actually be kind of good. If you get, hey Jeff Probst, if you're watching this, here's an idea. Have doppelgangers, like people that look like each other. They did
Same
that
name.
on. Yes, same name. Are you guys watching Amazing Race?
Yeah.
Okay. The one blind date couple, the two guys that look exactly alike. It's like, it's kind of weird trying to date myself.
Yeah, and they don't like each other at all, really.
I mean, they get along and they're doing all right, but I'm really happy for Mikey and Rochelle. Mikey and Rochelle. That's who I'm rooting for on Amazing Race. Again, dude that looks like me. Of course I'm going to root for him.
Yeah. But let's talk about the whole Nina thing. We mentioned her briefly. Do you think it was... my question is, do you think the tribe truly ostracized Nina, or do you think Nina ostracized herself and, was playing up this big difference and wasn't adapting as well?
I'm trying to be politically correct, but I do kind of think that she did use that card. She didn't get along with the people, especially Hallie and Jen. She didn't get along with them because she has nothing in common with them. She's an older woman. She's been do that, Jeff. She's an older woman. These two are like young, hippie type girls. I don't even know what you call those girls these days. I'm still old. Yeah, hippies, get off my lawn. So like, the reason why they didn't ask her to go skinny dipping with them is because it's like, hey mom, you want to come skinny dipping with us? It's kind of weird. So I think like that was the main reason why like she didn't click with them right away. And then when she was using the death card, it sounds so horrible to say, but using that as like, well, this is the reason why you guys aren't talking to me. Uh, no, and then like, but the girls didn't make it any better by saying, no, come on, no, like warm up to her a little bit or try a little bit. But I think the more that Nina was trying to fit in, it was pushing the other girls away. And again, to use that as a card. Although I'm still pissed off at Big Willie for flipping last week because it's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. It is a numbers game. A couple seasons ago, with the two tribes of the newbies versus the fans versus favorites. You had the foursome, the cool table at the lunchroom foursome, going against 6 people. And like, okay, well, we're a strong group of 4 against 6. Willie is, it's a math thing. You could be 3, and they're splitting their votes, so you definitely get one of them out, and then the next week you still have the numbers, and then they could have easily gotten rid of Jen. And no offense, but she's probably my least favorite on this season this year. Sorry, Jen. I'm sure you're a nice girl in real life. The edit that she's getting, it's definitely somebody like if I was playing, I would not want to team up with her. Just I don't know why. It rubs me the wrong way. So Willie was so close to going home. I thought for sure he was going home. And this is the best part. And when it happened, I told my wife I would give her credit for this. My wife walked in. She's not really a big Survivor fan. She'll watch here and there. I watched it tonight because I was out eating buffalo wings all last night. Don't ask. So she came in during Tribal Council, and I'm sitting there like, Willie, you're stupid. You blew it. Last week you had a chance to have the numbers. You're going home this week. And my wife walks in, she's like, who's going home? I'm like, Willie. And she's like, all right. She's like watching a little bit as she's like going through the mail. And then she's like, oh, Nina's going home. I'm like, no. Like, they patch things up. It's all good. It's all good. my wife, so from now on, I'm just not going to watch the episode. I'll just let my wife watch Tribal Council. She'll tell me who does it.
There you go. Yeah, it's interesting because I think it's a little bit of both, but I side with you that, I think the perfect scene was when they caught that lizard and were eating it, and if she was truly embracing the tribe, have a little peace with them. Maybe it's disgusting, but it's a camaraderie, thing. It's a chance to bond you together. So I do think that she sort of ostracized herself in a way, but at the same time, I think it was a little bit of their part, like especially with the challenge, like Joe just deciding not to utilize her hardly at all. So I think they were a little like, we don't know exactly what to do with her. But yeah, she needed to try everything she could to adapt and become with one of them instead of just yelling and getting upset when she was, out on the outside.
Although, her and Vince did have a good relationship, and Vince, again, age was helping him with Nina because he's had some more life experiences.
Yeah.
He did understand difficulties that people have to go through in their life. So, it wasn't all like, young and easy and like, hey, I'm good looking and I get by on that. So, like, Vince definitely had Nina, under his wing, and again, Big Willie, went and blew that.
Yeah, he literally did the worst thing he could do because not only did he backstab Vince and Nina, but he also went against the plans of the other 3. So he really ostracized himself from everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that is gonna, I think Jeff said it best tonight, and I've been a harsh critic of Jeff over the last couple of years, but like a small loss for a long-term victory. But you know what? do a big loss, and it leads to a short term on the island. Um, yeah, he definitely, Willie was not thinking, more than one move ahead. He was talking about how he's playing chess and they're playing checkers. Dude, you like double jump somebody and left everything exposed. So, if you want to use a chess term, you moved your queen into a bad spot, and all you have left is pawns.
Yeah.
So it's chances are he's not going to make it pretty far. But hey, you know what? Then again, I thought he was out tonight, and he made it. So watch, he's going to win the whole thing. And you'll never have me back on the show because you're like, this guy doesn't know the Survivor. He's God that wins. He said was going to be the third out.
No, I would be shocked if Will won this game. I don't think there's any way. I think there's a more likely chance that he has to get medically evacuated from passing out at a challenge than there is him winning a game.
Well, again, the teaser that they gave us this week is Medic is going to come in again. Let's just hope, please. The one thing I pray the rest of the season, they could stay negative the entire season. Just nobody quit. Nobody quit. Nobody quit. Please, nobody quit. And nobody get medically taken out unless you pull a scoop and fall into the fire. Unless you pull, you have to break a limb to leave this game. And
no infections.
He tried that and it didn't work.
I'm sorry, who tried that?
Messi from last season.
Oh, Messi tried that.
Yeah. And then was it last season? Yeah, also with John Rocker's girl.
Oh yeah, Julie.
Julie. Well, because she was like, I'm not going to win this game. I'd rather be with John at Ponderosa than to actually play this game. And last season I think the best thing that happened was Nadia and Natalie, I forget which one won home first and which one won, but the fact that somebody, the couple that the first and last, I thought that was very telling because as the weeks went on, when they were by themselves, they learned how to adapt into the game. And Mrs. Rocker, for lack of, with Julie, she just, gave up the game, and I hate seeing that. I hate seeing anybody leaving without their torch getting snuffed. But it's, medically you could almost understand, but no. Why would you even sign up for Survivor if you can't do 39 days? And I know it's tough. I know it's mentally tough. I know it's physically tough. But win or die trying. That's
yeah. Has anyone actually quit Big Brother? I know a lot of people have had to be removed from the game, but has anyone quit Big Brother?
Not. The only person I could think of that came close to quitting was Carol on season 8, where she didn't want to be there, so yeah. She just. But I mean, it's a little bit easier, to not want to be somewhere and still have a bed. But that's a good question. I do not believe anybody's ever quit. I think the only people have been taken out was for reasons that they had to be taken out.
Yeah. So, Jeff, did you have any thoughts on Nina or Will or anything?
If you can hear them, am I better at
A
all?
little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, I'll try to hold it close. I thought that Will was going to go home. I was actually really surprised that Haley and Jen didn't vote the same way. But yeah, Will is. I thought it was really stupid for him to vote for Vince because, like Adam said, every single person was surprised rather than just surprising Vince and Nina. But I think that Nina was a little too late, a little too disingenuous. I think that she was outcast from the beginning, but her trying to convince them that she was listening to them and respecting what they had to say, no one believes her because she is a 51-year-old woman and she's not respecting two 20-year-old girls telling her she has to be more free-spirited. That's not how she is. I just felt like she was in trouble from the beginning on that tribe, not only with being deaf, but with being not nearly as no collar as the rest of them. And I think that tribe really was set up to be Valentina against the rest. I know Vince McCall first, but it was really meant for the three to have it on.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff, if this whole teaching thing doesn't work, you might get a job at making announcements at airports.
You guys are going to mention that every single time, aren't you? It's not my fault. I'm sick and I have a crappy microphone.
Yeah, you know, I think the way that this tribe was cast, it definitely had, you know, the two, you know, studs, like the Rob Lowe commercial. It's the Rob you know, cable and DirecTV, whatever it is. But so peaked in high school, Rob Lowe, that was Sly, and Joe is the cool one. And I think, but the rest of the tribe around that, I don't know. I don't see, you know, the characters. I mean, what Will did a YouTube video, which okay, that's cool. You know, let him have his YouTube fame. Let him be, you know, like singing Chocolate Rain or something. But like, I don't think that, you know, he's an interesting enough person for Survivor. You know, and again, the two girls, you know, Hallie's at least better to look at than Jen. So you know, I just don't understand the casting of this tribe. But hey, you know what? We're talking about it right now, so they're doing something.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it's interesting because I think Will is not a big fan of Survivor, so I think that he got on just to continue his fame and success. You know, like, oh, all right, I had a hit on YouTube. Now I'll just you know, go on Survivor and continue my fame, and that will add to my success. But yeah, so
if it does,
maybe
good for him.
Maybe if he watched a few more seasons, he wouldn't have voted Vince out, and you know, he could have been a lot more popular.
Yeah. But hey, again, this is week 3. Talk to me week 15. Let's see if Big Willie's holding up the big check.
Yeah, anything can happen. You never know. Any other thoughts you had from this episode or this season so far?
You know, I'm so looking forward to next week, though, even though there is the medical emergency. I love the blindfold challenges. Blindfold challenges. Again, that's where I want to see the negativity. I want to see people getting hurt. I want to see people. I mean, my favorite still is Joel and Chet. You know, that moment is, to me, it's one of the greatest moments in Survivor history. I met Joel at one of the reality rallies a couple years ago, and I walked up to him. First thing I said was, "Dude, I love when you and Chet were tied together. That was the best." But like the blindfold ones are great. So you know, and again, that shows teamwork. That shows, you know, working together and putting aside your differences. But like they always show the teams going back to camp after tribal council when they start the episode, and they always go back to the tribe that loses the challenge. You know, after you know, the immunity challenge. So you never get to see the high-fiving at the other camp. You never get to see, like, hey guys, you know, way to come together. You know, we kicked ass. Okay, let's start fresh and new, and then have that 5-minute kumbaya moment, and then, you know, the next day or 2 days later, start getting on each other's nerves again, and at least have the balance. But you know, again, with 3 tribes, it's so tough to like give enough time to each tribe. I'm just curious now, like if the no collar tribe loses again, you know, will they shake up the tribe? Will they mix them up? You know, because again, what was it? The one season that Ozzy's first season, when his tribe like got decimated. And then, sorry, who was the girl? Stephanie, when she went over to the other tribe. So I'm curious to see how the next couple weeks play out. I do like the fact that they're three completely separate types of people in each tribe, and so it is there's a lot of potential there for some good chemistry, but so far we've been seeing a lot of negative chemistry. So please hopefully in the next few weeks we get to turn it around and see some good moments.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that there's a tribe swap in the second, because it's a 2 episodes in a row. I would not be surprised if the following episode, the second episode, was a tribe swap and we mixed it up. So, and it'd be sort of cool to see, because I think you have people like Mike and Dan who are clearly on the outs, but in a tribe swap, I mean, everything's up for game. Because that's the thing, there's no truly close-knit alliances. The closest thing you have right now is Joe with Jen and Haley. But if they're split up, I mean, you're not going to have any, solid alliance. And it could really go any way you want it. So that's intriguing to me. But I do hope they switch it up in another episode.
Jeff, are you with us? What do you got?
Jeff? Apparently he's not with us.
Oh well.
Yeah, this has not been a good day for Jeff. His birthday, and he's having every technical problem imaginable.
This week is the Survivor podcast with David and Adam. So,
yeah. My new co-host Adam and special guest maybe Jeff.
Jeff, the subway platform speaker announcer.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of interesting characters, but we're getting in a rut. Like you said, it's a bunch of negativity, it's a bunch of fighting. We need something to shake it up, or something to truly bond the people, or something.
I mean, who's going to end up being the hero of the season? Who's going to be the Malcolm? Who's going to be the Cochran? Honestly, so far this season, and I hate saying this because I don't want to be one of those negative people on the internet and stuff, but there's nobody Dan is the closest thing I can root for, but even he gets on my nerves. Who's going to be the hero from this season, or is it just going to be who do you hate the least? Instead of who do you like the most. And again, it's not about them as people, it's just the way that they're portrayed on TV. I gotta say that so that the hate mongers out there don't say, "Oh, I saw Adam on the Survivor podcast," and now the hate mongers are going. Anyway, but there's still a lot of games, so there's still a lot of time. If this was Big Brother, I would totally be online right now saying this is the worst season ever. Never watching this show again. Meanwhile, watching live feeds as we speak.
Yeah, what did you think of this most recent season of Big Brother this past summer? The whole.
I definitely thought Derek played hands down the best game in Big Brother history. I'll go on record in saying that. I think Dan, season 10, played a brilliant game as well. Just shows you the importance of winning when you have to. Knowing the right things to say. The one thing I took away from last season, there was an episode, midway through the year where Derek went to Caleb and said, "Something you said got me thinking," and basically went on his own thought, but told Caleb it was what he thought got. So Caleb thinks, "Oh, okay, I'm running the show. I'm be able to convince other people what to do." So it's Derek did such a great job convincing people what to do by telling them that they were convincing him what to do. So, and I think honestly, the cast was brilliant. I think he had a lot of great characters. Good to see nobody was related to anybody from another season. No returning people. 16. Brand new people. I thought Devin, again, the one thing about Big Brother that people complain about is the recruits versus the fans that try out. You definitely need the recruits um, because I think recruits early in the game will play harder and faster and keep the first few weeks going strong. I mean, Jeremy was a perfect example from 15. Dominic was a perfect example from my season. He didn't realize, keeping your mouth shut sometimes early gets you further in the game. And Devin didn't realize that, but Devin made for great TV. Caleb made for great TV. Frankie, he was born for the spotlight. Shine bright like a Frankie. And again, and then you have the delusional Victoria, who's just a sweet girl, sweet, innocent, just, living her life. But again, to see, Donnie, Jocasta, I mean, everybody on the cast last season I thought were very interesting. And just so upset that I was not cast on that season because I think, if I was in the Derek role, then I would have been the greatest player in Big Brother. But it was great to see that, and I'm hoping this season is going to be another 16, 14, 15, 16 new people, and I'm pretty not sure. Of course, you never know, but I have a feeling that next season, season 18, will be the next All Stars when they sign Big Brother for the 2-year contract instead of the usual 1-year contract. I think they're setting it up for another new cast and then an all-star cast. If they do an all-star cast, just do all all-stars. No fans versus favorites.
Yeah. No, I agree.
No mixing, old and new.
Coaches.
No coaches. It's such a different ballgame. And again, 15 had all new people, but had Alyssa, who, even though she was related to a winner of the show. What season did that girl in? I forget. But she, got a little coaching ahead of time, like what to expect, how to play it, not knowing how to play it, just going in there. And that's what I'm most curious, bringing back to Survivor, is Max. I'm really curious to see him because he teaches about the game without ever playing it. So let's see if those who can do and those who can't teach. Let's see if what kind of game he's got left in him. Again, he was invisible this week's episode, and I don't even think we saw him at camp at all. Did we see him at camp? I don't know.
No, we didn't. I saw a deleted scene of a confessional of him, and he actually came up very self-aware, and he was talking about how quirky sort of Shireen is, and how a lot of people don't understand her, get her, and she just comes off as bossy, and they're all annoyed with her. But he understands her, and he gets her, and that was really interesting. But yeah, they didn't show any of that on the show. He was practically invisible. Maybe the camera panned over on him once or twice.
Yeah, he was in the background scratching his ass or something. But again, having So I'm really curious to see what's coming up from him. But again, just having all new people or all returnees. Stop mixing casts. Stop it.
Yeah. Are you heading out to Reality Rally again this year?
Unfortunately, I cannot make Reality Rally, but you Survivor fans, I'm going to be at Give Kids the World in August, heading down to Florida to do the Give Kids the World. I haven't started my fundraising on that yet, but I will be raising money. I've done some stuff for them in the past, just never able to work it into my schedule to go down there. But this year I am heading down to Florida. Beginning of August, Give Kids the World. If you're a Survivor fanboy or fangirl, you know all about it. Again, as a fanboy like myself, I'm looking forward to it, to meeting some survivors, and the ones that I made fun of tonight on this episode. If you're down there, hey, you know what? What I say about you is not the worst thing. There's going to be trolls that say a lot worse about you. But I'll say it to your face, You know, like I'll never forget at Reality Rally when I met Zayn. I mean, as soon as the cast was announced, I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be a character. And you know, he had his buff with him, and I said to him, like, what is that? A barely used buff? And you know, I have no problem. And again, if you come out of the show and you don't have a sense of humor, especially for the people that went home early, if you can't have a sense of humor about it, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. So, but believe me, if I say anything negative about anybody on the show as they're playing, it's just your game, just your game. You know, I'm not going to mention any names, but one of my favorite survivors after I met them is not really one of my favorite survivors anymore. But the people that I didn't root for, people you know, that were annoying on the show, I now love. So, you know, it's an interesting mix. But yeah, being the fanboy, I can't wait to go to Florida. But it's also, you know, being a reality person, it's great to give back, and you know, I love doing it. Sorry, I'm missing Reality Rally the first time in 4 years. But again, real life takes priority over reality life.
Yeah. Well, and you know, if you meet anyone from the blue collar tribe, they've already heard worse from each other on their tribe, so I'm sure.
True that. All right, Jeff, you with us now, Jeffy?
I think so.
Wow, you sound amazing.
Yes.
Right, let's start over. Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, not even a little. No, I got my mom's computer and it's working better. So I don't know what was wrong with my computer or with my phone, but technology sometimes.
This will be on the David and Jeff blooper reel this episode.
Yeah.
So when you live out here in the boondocks, sometimes you just got to get used to the internet kind of not loving you. So.
Gotcha.
Did you have any other thoughts on this season, Jeff, since you were sort of in and out? Or on this specific episode, episode 3?
I mean, I feel like Adam and I kind of see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, so I don't have anything necessarily new to add. I've been enjoying the season. I thought there's been quite a few good, not necessarily blindsides, but good vote-offs where it was explained well and there was still an element of surprise to it, so I'm happy.
All right. Well, I think it is time for us to go to our Survivor Big Brother Challenge. If you have watched or listened to these podcasts in the past, you know that Jeff and Adam go head-to-head. We have some sort of trivia, and they have to decide whether it's Big Brother or Survivor. In the past, we've done last names, and we've also done challenge it names. But today, we are going to go with occupation. So I'm going to give you an occupation of someone who is either on Big Brother or Survivor, and you will have to tell me who it is. Now, I did some pretty thorough research, and I'm pretty sure that these only relate to one of the two shows. But if you are adamant, oh, I know this person had this job, then I'll look it up quick, and I can confirm and give you the point as well. I'm pretty sure these
Number one is model/actor, correct?
Yeah.
or in the last few seasons, cop.
Right.
Yeah. Pharmaceutical sales rep.
Right, now, this is the job that they did before they were on the show. This is the job that they show underneath.
Yes, this
right?
is
not
the
a job that they did later.
Yes, it doesn't mean they did this in the past. This is the official job that they had in their bios, and that shows up on the screen. So this is what they have. All right. So we'll start with Jeff. I'll ask the question. Jeff will give his answer. Then Adam will give yours. Then for the next question, we'll flip, and Adam will go first. That way, one person doesn't have a disadvantage every time. But I have 12 jobs, 12 occupations. You'll have to tell me if it's Big Brother or if it is Survivor. Are you guys ready? All right. Very good. All right. So our first occupation is politician. Politician. What show had a contestant whose occupation was politician? Jeff, you will be going first.
And you said this was the listed one, not post-reality show,
Yes.
right?
Listed.
I'm going to go with Big Brother.
All right, Adam.
I'm going to go with Survivor, unless you're talking about Helen, because Helen wasn't a politician, she was a lobbyist. But I don't
All right, so we have one Survivor and one Big Brother. The correct answer is Big Brother. Jeff with the point. It was Will Collins from the very first Big Brother. Big Brother 1. The very first person evicted from the house.
Yeah.
His original occupation was politician.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I think there's not likely that a politician would go on either show, but I feel like a politician would be a lot less likely to go on a show where they're going to be starving and emotional, like more emotionally compromised because they don't have food and backstabby.
Yeah, my favorite politician on a reality show was Rob Blagojevich on The Celebrity Apprentice. Now, that was just funny.
That was good.
Because he didn't know how to operate anything, any technology whatsoever. All right, moving on. Our next one. Crane operator. Crane operator.
I go
This
first.
time Adam will...
I'm almost positive it's Survivor.
All right.
I'll go
Yeah.
with Survivor just because I feel like that type of person is more likely to go on Survivor.
The correct answer is Survivor. Both of you get a point. It is James Miller from Survivor Palau. Good old country boy himself. All right. We now go to the next one. We have manicure salon manager. Manicure salon manager. So this isn't just a salon. This is a manicure salon. Jeff's first.
I'm going to go with Big Brother because I feel like that type of person wouldn't want to get their nails dirty. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Survivor. Just to throw it up at Kingdom.
All right. Well, the answer is Survivor. Adam ties it up. It was actually Cowboy from the Cook Islands.
What?
Not Cowboy from Big Brother. Cowboy from Cook Islands, Mr. Bad Wind himself, and playing voodoo. He is a manicure salon manager. All right. Next one. Here we go. Property appraiser. Property appraiser.
That's Big Brother.
All right. Jeff?
I'll go with Big Brother because I feel like they're living in a house. It's comfortable for them because they're a house person because that's what they do.
All right, you are both correct. It is Judd Daugherty from BB-15. He is a property appraiser.
The most random people.
All right, one of my personal favorite. Hopefully you guys will get this one. Who goes first this time?
Me.
Jeff goes first.
Jeff goes first. All right. Lightsaber salesman. Lightsaber salesman.
What? That's a thing?
That's a thing. Lightsaber salesman.
Man. I feel like I would have remembered this. And on Survivor, they list occupations, so I'm going to say Big Brother, because I don't know if they list occupations like during confessionals on Big Brother. So I'm going to say Big Brother only because I feel like I would have noticed it if it was on Survivor.
Would that have been Howie's name, Howie's occupation on Big Brother All Stars?
That would be Howie Gordon's occupation on Big Brother All-Stars. After Big Brother, the first Big Brother, he became a lightsaber salesman. By the time he reached All-Stars, you both get a point.
I hear there's a lot of money in that industry.
This is not for points, but before that, I think on Big Brother 6, he was listed as a meteorologist.
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yep. He changed from a weatherman to a lightsaber salesman.
Hey, you know what? If he was on there now, it would say Bigfoot Hunter. So, Howie's one of my favorite all-time Big Brother players, and blessed to have met him several times and talk to him and get inside that brain of his. I'll tell you what, though, if you ever want a meeting of the minds, put Howie and Philip Shepard in a room together. I don't know what would come out of that room.
All right, let's move on to our next one. Journeyman. Journeyman.
Journeyman.
Yep, Journeyman.
Was Eric Clapton on either show? I'm going to go with Survivor.
All right, Jeff?
Survivor.
You are both correct. Either you know who it is.
Nope.
Greg Buis from the very first season of Survivor. His occupation was Journeyman.
What exactly does a journeyman do?
I have absolutely no idea. I think he walks around.
I mean, I can see
AKA
it like
unemployed.
a tour guide or something, maybe, but
I think it's just a fancy word for unemployed.
gotcha.
All right, next one. Bike shop manager. Bike shop manager. I think we start with Jeff this time. Bike shop manager.
I feel like I remember seeing this one, but I don't know which show it was on. Bike shop. I'll go with Big Brother.
I'm going to go with Survivor.
Adam?
Survivor.
All right, one of you is correct, and it is Adam at Survivor. Tyson Apostle, his very first season, was a bike shop manager. Tyson Apostle. All right. We move on. Next one. Taekwondo champion.
I go first this time?
I think so, yes.
Okay, well, it definitely wasn't Caleb from BB16, even with those Judy chops. Taekwondo champion? I'm going to go Survivor.
Yep. All right, Jeff?
I also say Survivor. Was it not Wu?
It is not. There were some different karate instructors on Survivor, but it is Big Brother. Natalie Martinez from BB11 was Taekwondo champion.
That's why she was on the Jocks team. That's right.
Yep. No points. All right, moving on. Next one. Water ski instructor. Water ski instructor.
I think that one was Survivor.
I'm pretty sure that was Survivor also.
You're both right. It's Jamie Newton from Survivor Guatemala. Water ski instructor. All right, so right now it is Adam with 7 and Jeff with 6. Let me see how many we have left. 1, 2, 3. I think we only have 3 left. So Jeff, you need to get on this. Let's go with candy store manager. Candy store manager. I think you go first, Adam.
Candy store. Big Brother.
Jeff?
I was thinking Big Brother as well.
Well, you're both right. It's Big Brother. It is Monica Bailey from Season 2, Big Brother 2. Candy store manager. All right. Next one. Art consultant. Art consultant.
Pretty sure that was Survivor.
I'm going to also go with Survivor on that one.
You're both correct. It is Survivor. Do either you know who it is?
No, but I will when you say it.
His very first season, he was an art consultant, Johnny Fairplay.
Right.
What was his second
Johnny
season? wrestling manager.
Yeah, he's like professional wrestler or something. Yeah. But yeah, first season art consultant. All right, we have one more. All right. Music inventory manager. Music inventory manager.
You know what? I'll go with Big Brother.
For the sake of the competition, I guess I have to go Survivor.
It's me! It's me! I win! I win! I win! Baby!
That's Adam's occupation.
And that was my occupation before the show. That's my occupation now. Although if I did get onto All Stars, I would go with Bacon Minister. I win! I win!
Congratulations, Adam!
That's not even a lamp at the end. That's a slam dunk.
That's not fair.
To be
Didn't
fair,
ask me what occupation is Jeff Garst. I feel like this.
To be
was
fair,
rigged.
Adam was ahead before that even. You know.
Yeah, but I was banking on the last question with going with the opposite of whatever he said. Like, that was my strategy the entire time, if I was one behind.
Last night, as I said, I couldn't watch the Survivor episode live. I was in a buffalo wing eating competition for the New York Hot Sauce Expo, and I came in second place. So I came in third place on Big Brother. I came in second place in a hot wing eating competition, and then I come on to the David and Jeff Survivor podcast, and I come in first place.
As the auspiciousness of the event goes down, your placement goes up. So if you run for president, maybe you'll come in fourth.
Yes. So, message to the kids out there: lower your expectations. You'll do much better.
There we go. Well, I congratulate you, Adam. I thought you did a wonderful job. And we thank you so much for having on. We always have a blast talking with you, getting your thoughts. And we definitely hope to have you back on again. But anything you want to plug or promote before we say goodbye?
Like I said, I'm going to be at the Give Kids the World in August. Also, if you're in the New York City area, April 25th, Bacon and Beer Classic. Use the promo code BACONBURG, BACONBURG. Get discounts on the tickets from that. And other than that, new Faith No More album is coming out on May 19th. One of my favorite bands. Today is not just Jeff's birthday, but it's also Steve Harris, bassist of Iron Maiden's birthday. Happy birthday to him. And other than that, go Duke, go Yankees, go Devils, go Bacon.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you guys all for watching and or listening. You can always give us a comment, let us know what you think on our Facebook page, David and Jeff Survivor Podcast, or on our website, survivorpodcast.blogspot.com. And there's another way to follow us. What is that, Jeff?
Make sure that you hit the subscribe button on iTunes, so that way the podcast just shows up on your computer every week. You don't even have to do anything. You can just listen, hit play, it's already there, and you're good.
All right. Well, we thank you guys so much, and we'll be back next week to talk about the latest 2 episodes, special 2 hours of Survivor. So thank you so much, Adam. Have a great night.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.